I don't come up here much, and I don't know what it's gonna look like. I used to ride out here when I was a kid. But we'll see. It's been a few years since I've even went up here, but let's go check her out. Gotta be careful on this road because there's a lot of vehicles. Gosh, no one rides up here anymore from what it looks like. The hills have grass on them. This fence is open, that's a good sign. Look at that view. Whew. Doesn't get any prettier than that, does it? Good old Clear Lake. It's just so beautiful though. Look at it. It is magnificent. Good old California. It's hot though, it's getting hot. Let's give her a good old bump start. Oh, it's kind of a big rut right there. The grass is kind of overgrowing some of it. You can't see. Just gotta let the bike do the work for you. Pick a good... I was listening to someone talk about this the other day, and it's, you know, it's smart. You just pick your line. Your front tire, if your front tire goes through it, your back tire most likely will too. So, you know, and a lot of people like to ride too slow because they see the terrain and they get scared, when that actually, in my opinion, makes things worse. You know, it's just like a bike. Oh, I lost my momentum, but we'll be all right. I mean, you could pick any line here, and the bike's gonna do it. You just have to be capable. I mean, you could go up that rut right there, right to the left, that thick rut. The bike's gonna do it, you know? You just gotta be able to hang on, feather that throttle, feather the clutch, and she's golden. Let's try her with a stock tire. And we made it. Second Canyon. This is my old stomping grounds. This is the tree right here. This is where everyone would hang out, shoot their guns. You see the shotty shells already. Oops. We used to use this tree because no one used to have kickstands. Everyone would have to lean up their bike. Back then, growing up, I used to think kickstands were stupid for some reason. I didn't even want a kickstand. I used to take it off. Didn't want a bike with a front light. Didn't want a bike with the kickstand. Couldn't have these side fenders. None of these brush guards. None of that looked good to me when I was younger. I grew up on authentic race bikes, and that's what I used to like, you know. So now though, these things, they're beautiful. You could go on road and off road. Doesn't get no better, you know. If you're a heavy street rider, then sure, you might not want a dual sport, but I mean, look at where I'm at. This is just the middle of the mountainside. This is where everyone comes to play. You wouldn't bring no street bike out here. But the good XR, she's capable. There's not much she couldn't do. That's for sure. That's why I think it's the ultimate dual sport. She's capable on the road. I could go 70 if I need to. Or more, you know, and that's stock. But you shouldn't need to go much faster than 70. But if you do, like I said, a dual sport might not be for you. Or at least the XR. But if you're someone like me, and I mean, I grew up off-road. I've never even owned. This is the first street legal motorcycle I've ever owned. And I didn't even think twice. I didn't even look at anything else. I knew exactly what I wanted. I actually had the XR150 for a little while. That was a nice bike. I wish I'd have kept it. I ended up selling it. Once I bought this, I kind of panic sold it just because, you know, I pulled the trigger on this and I was just wanting to recuperate a little bit of what I put down. But I wish I'd have kept it because the 150 was a great bike. And I mean, even that, there's nothing that bike couldn't do. I brought it everywhere. I didn't bring it out here, but I brought it just places similar, and there's nothing it couldn't do. There's nothing the good XRs, none of them, man. And the 150 is a beautiful machine. A lot of people call it an entry level, which it is. The 150 is a great entry level dual sport for people who are just getting into the sport and getting into riding. I would suggest the 150 all day long, 100%. You know, I love that bike. However, the 650 was just a little more for me. It was calling my name. The 150 went 60 on a good day. That's me at 135, soaking wet, you know, going downhill and with the wind on my back, and I had trouble getting it past 60. So, you know, and out here I wanted it for work, you know, to ride down. I live in a small little town out here, and I thought the 150 was going to be good, which it was, but it's just the people will drive too fast. People just want to haul on your ass, man. And the 150 just didn't have enough oomph to get out of the way. This, though, you know, like I said, this goes 70 plus easy all day long. I've already had to use the power to get out of the way from people, stupid drivers, California drivers, you know. So it's like having that extra little bit of power, and I say little bit, it went from a 150 to a 650, but having that extra power really saves you being able to get out of the way, get to a destination when you want. That's huge. But yeah, enough yapping. I didn't come here to yap. This was supposed to be a raw sound video. I wanted you guys just to hear the good old XR roar. But she's a little hot, and I don't have a temp gauge. Not yet. What we do have is the Fritzko sprocket. The front, we went with the 15 tooth to keep the gearing the same. I thought, because like I ride on the road, that I might want to keep the 15, but that gap between first and second is just so steep, man. It's like when you're in first, you want to shift to second, and then when you're in second, you want to shift down to first. And I know I've read online that that's a lot of people's complaints, but I don't know. We went with that. We got the Fritzko front sprocket. We got the Honda Molly lube. That's like, what is it? The Molly paste. That's what I use to put on the counter shaft and inside of the sprocket. We got the Rally Pro Acer Biz, the Snow White to match the fenders. Some CR high handlebars, which I might want to get the spacers for because they still aren't too high, but they're definitely an upgrade from the stock handlebars, which felt like a fucking moped. It was literally like everyone says, you feel like you're riding a couch. With those stock handlebars set up, you really do feel like you're riding a couch. These ones are not so bad, but getting some risers would be great. We got the pillow top grips, which are nice. Just installed the Acer Bis skid plate down there, which not sure if you can see it very well, but she's a huge upgrade, and it fit well for anyone wondering. I didn't have to take the emissions, none of that. I didn't have to reroute. No, I mean, I had to reroute the little cable because you could see right here that's supposed to, it like lines up along the frame, and there's a little notch it sits in, but the skid plate doesn't fit flush when you have that where it's supposed to be. But that's not a big deal. I just dremelled a little hole, put a zip tie, it's solid. We'll go cruise these roads a little bit more, these hills. Did I forget to tighten something up on my handlebars? Something just felt like it was moving. Yeah, something. Oh, it's this. Damn it. I forgot to tighten that, and I don't have no tools on me like an idiot. It should be fine. Been working on it a lot lately. Little things. You can see my ding right here on my handlebars. I mean on my gas tank. When I first installed my handlebars, I put them too close and they were clacking my tank when I would turn all the way, make a hard turn. So I had to fix that. Woohoo! Woohoo! Gotta be careful because like I said, I can't see where these ruts are and these goddamn... I know it gets bad right here somewhere. It's like a giant rut. Oh, tire's spinning. Gotta sit back a little bit. Oh, do I got a flat tire? Squirrel. I don't have a bead lock on here. Tire seemed fine, but she was spinning. Now let's go back down. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. I remember I used to be so afraid of this hill when I was little, because all these ruts, when you're down there, you see this at the top of the hill. It's hard to slow down, no grip. Front brake, you got to use a lot of front brake, but you got to be careful because there's no grip. It's so dead, so dry. I got one foot on the ground. Oh, come on, slow down. Stop. Sheesh. She's so heavy. I only weigh 135 pounds. We got to try to get it out away from this rut. We got to just roll this way. We just got to go commit. We just got to commit, boys. That could have ended in 1,000 different ways, and I'm just glad it ended that way. I mean, like, I was trying to slow down. Typically, you control these descents the way I am now. Front, heavy on the front brake, light on the back because you don't want to skid. The front is your best friend off-road. Front brake's your best friend, but my tires have no tread, and this dirt, I mean, you can't get no traction because it's just loose. It's so loose. And like I said, I grew up out here. I know, the general area, but there's so many cliffs and turns that have washouts, and I don't remember where they all are. And this grass is getting so high. No one rides out here no more, man. It's sad, dude. I grew up and there was always people out here. Always. And now, I mean, like, there's just, you could tell no one comes out here. There used to be a general rotation that you'd go to. Let me hit the main loop. I used to practice my hole shots right here when I raced. I used to race my CR 125. Dude, this was our hole shot right here. We practiced the gate when they dropped the gate. And then you'd haul ass this way. There used to be all kinds of trails that went down here and up the other side. You could see there's one right there, an old one. But it's just sad. It's sad to see how neglected this is. Whew. People used to jump these too, even though it's not like a giant lip, but you get enough speed, you fucking go all the way down to the other side. This right here, this is a very exact hill. This is my very first step up I've ever jumped. I really don't like going through this dry ass grass. This right here used to and then you would woof up to this just right here and you go down. But hey, for a beginner, that was all, you know. I wasn't a big jumper. I'm not a jumper, but step ups like that were my favorite. I hated like jumping and there being like a double or a triple where there's like a gap and you could run in and stack into the other side. That shit always scared me. Always scared me. I always hill climbed. I always find the biggest, most steepest hill and see how far I could go up it. That was what I like to do. Different style riding. Woo! No tread. But this is the rotation I was telling you about. So typically, anytime, and it was so cool. I mean, anytime you would catch someone that would ride up this way, you would usually tell them, I'm gonna pull my legs up because there's so many snakes out here. But you would tell them like, hey, you know, we don't ride this way. We could turn around and go the other way because it's so dangerous and people would race and drive fast. Pulling my legs up, man, because like I said, I don't have proper boots that go cover my, they just go past my ankles really. I hope this video is coming out well, guys. It's my very first ever moto vlog, I guess you could call it. I've owned my YouTube channel for a while. I've done a few different things growing up. Just being an idiot, playing video games with my friends. It's always been a passion of mine to be a YouTuber. I just don't think I never had a real direction to go. And now I feel like I do. And this moto stuff's calling my name. So anyone who's out there that's interested in following along with the adventures on the good old XR, and whether you have an XR or not, you know, feel free to follow along. Just easy, man. She's a tractor. Like, you could gun her and you could rip up the side of the hill, but you don't need to. She'll just cruise. And I gotta, damn, man, this people dumping it. This is what ruins it for people. This is why they start putting fences up, you know. It's like you can't necessarily blame them. Okay, let's go this way. This way. I wonder if I could still come down the mountain over here. I know it gets really, really washed out somewhere over here. My bike's feeling really hot. I kind of can't remember where it is. It's that way. Oh yeah, but I can't go that way. This whole mountain, it looks like what you're seeing right here, this hole in front of me, this rut. It looks like that so much right there, but you can't see it at all because the grass is overgrown. But that's such a fun little detour. Woo! But we'll just go the way we came. We're just gonna cruise back down the hill. That hill climb, I actually made that hill climb over there. It's funny that it's still there. Out of all the ones that have been overgrown and you can't see anymore, people made it a jump, you could tell. a little step up. There's so much step ups, like, because that's all it is hill climbs. And then there's the occasional road that we're on, and you just go down there, turn around, and come back up. Just gotta be careful for all the rocks. There's one more hill over here that I wouldn't mind trying to ride. Let's see what she looks like though. Get into it. Dude, you can't even see nothing. I would love to do it, but I can't. I don't want to risk. That grass is so high. I don't want it to touch my fucking exhaust. Like, my headers, they get so hot. The bike's running so hot. It's so tall down there. I want to just rip up the side of that mountain though. But like I said, you know, you could tell no one's doing it because there's no trails through this grass. And the grass, when I was growing up out here, the grass never had a chance to grow, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's just so many people were out here. I'm glad I came out here though, whether the video ends up well or not. I'm glad I came out here. It's been years since I've ridden this type of shit. Let's just... And I'm happy. Woo! We gotta find a way to get down. Let's go back the same way. I want to stick to the pathway as much as I can. California, guys, if you don't know, well, we burn usually is all I'll say. We burn a lot, and I don't want to be the reason for it. But this is the hill we came up earlier. I could see my recent trail, which is funny because I wasn't intending to come down the exact same way, but look at that view, guys. I gotta slow down. I don't remember where I'm at. This is the hill we were ripping up. Now we're skidding our way back down it. It was kind of dangerous. Oh shit. Yeah, it's scary because usually you could use a lot more front brake without sliding, and when you try to tap the amount you want, she wants to give out, so you gotta let go. Just feather it. It's like feathering the clutch. You gotta feather the brakes going downhill. You gotta know the sweet spot, when to let go, when to squeeze. Getting some better tires should be a lot better. This used to be a fun hill climb right here. This isn't the way I came up, but I'm wondering if people come up it much. We're gonna find out right now, because the bottom is like a creek. They might, and I think if I remember right, there was fucking big rocks at the bottom. Let's go find out. It does look like a truck or something's been up here not that long ago, huh? Oh fuck, oh shit. Dude, we are just legitimately sliding the whole way. Whew. Just had to go for that.